What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Minimalist, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and full review on the brand new Adira and Mini Adira from Benchmade knives. Now, both of these models are a little different from what we're used to from Benchmade, and I'll cover all that stuff in this video, but for now, sit back, relax, and let's get it. Now, this video is brought to you by House of Blades, more on that later, and if you're interested in seeing more knife reviews and other EDC gear, then consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell icon now. And of course, I don't want to waste too much of your time, so let's just dive right into it, starting off with the unboxing. So we've got the Adira here and the Mini Adira. We'll go ahead and start off with the full-size variant, the Adira. Now, I've already gone ahead and unboxed these and carried them and everything, but I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like if you were to purchase one of these. You'll notice that the boxes are completely different from what we're used to. It says Into the Wild below, Benchmade, yours for life, and on the back side it says proudly made in the USA with a QR code and along with the product information. Benchmade has really stepped up their game in terms of packaging. This thing feels extremely premium. Now, this is just a sleeve that slides off, and you'll see that it says water here, yours for life again, made in the USA, precision cut and handcrafted in Oregon City, Oregon. This is a really cool orange topographic pattern that they've got on the box. Guys, I'm a sucker for boxes, and when something is in a premium package like this, it just gets me really giddy inside, so the first impressions are already really nice. Now let's go ahead and open up this box. That is a magnetic closure, which is super nice. And the first thing you're greeted with is this go deeper, and then along with some other text. And of course, there's some paperwork, use and care, life sharp guarantee. If you guys didn't know, Benchmade will always sharpen your knives at free of charge. So if you ever dull your knives, you can just send it back to them and they'll sharpen it for you. Inside the box, you do get a cleaning cloth, which is extremely nice. And I actually haven't opened up this one yet, but again, it says Into the Wild below. These microfiber cloths are pretty decent. And you'll notice this foam insert with some felt, and here is the full-size Adira. Again, I've carried this several times and used it in water scenarios, and so far this thing has been absolutely awesome. Let's go ahead and pop open the Mini Adira so you guys can see what's up with that. And again, the same exact box and everything. You've got your paperwork along with a cleaning cloth, which I won't take out, and here is the Mini Adira. There's some scuffs on it, don't mind me. So here's the full-size Adira and the Mini Adira. As you can tell, the full-size variant is just absolutely massive, and then the Mini Adira is more of a regular size. If you're interested in seeing the dimensions of these knives, I'll be leaving all that in the description below, so you can check that out at any time in this video. So let me quickly give you guys some size comparisons to some of the other Benchmade knives so you guys really have a reference. Here is a mini bug out, and as you can tell, the Mini Adira is still going to be quite a bit bigger than the mini bug out. And of course, the full-size Adira is just massive in comparison. Here is a full-size bug out, and the full-size bug out is actually still going to be a little bit smaller than the Mini Adira. So like I said, this is going to be more of a regular size knife, and then the Adira is literally like an XL or large size knife. And of course, my most carried knife of all time, the Chris Reeve knives, Zahn, and yeah, like I said, this thing is literally a full size knife, and the Adira is going to be a little bit bigger than that, whereas the Mini Adira is going to be just a tad smaller. Let me give you guys a few more details, and then I'll tell you guys what my overall impressions are. But basically, the handles are going to be made of grivery, and what is really important about this knife and specific to this knife is that they're using MagnaCut blade steel. MagnaCut is extremely corrosion resistant, and these are intended to be used on boats if you're going to be kayaking and stuff like that. The Adira lineup is going to be extremely water resistant. It's got some high vis accents on it, such as this lanyard and thumb studs on both of them. In terms of the pocket clips, they're using the same exact clip, and these are the deep carry clips. As a matter of fact, these are my most favorite clips from Benchmade of all time, and I pretty much slap these onto any of my Benchmade knives that I do carry often. In terms of deployment, you've got that high vis orange thumb stud on each side, so you can do a thumb flip if you want to do a reverse flick, no problem, or if you just want to use the axis lock locking mechanism, that's also no problem. These models are also extremely lightweight because they're using this grivery. Everything is skeletonized on the interior, and this one comes in at about 4.2 ounces for the full-size Adira, and the Mini Adira is at about 3.1 ounces. Now, before I give you guys my full impressions, let's give a quick word for today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by House of Blades, a close channel partner of Everyday Minimalist. They're a dealer located in Fort Worth, Texas, and have one of the coolest shops that I've ever had the privilege to visit. But let me tell you why you should get your next knife or any EDC item at House of Blades. First off, they stock some of the most popular brands that you may have heard of, like Benchmade, Spyderco, ZT, Kershaw, WE Knives, Chris Reeve Knives, and Koenig, and a bunch of others. The second thing is they're actually hooking us all up with a really cool discount, so if you use code EDM on checkout, checkout that will get you 10% off your entire order. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description below that doesn't cost you anything extra. Just click on that link and then just go browse. The third thing is, if you want to really personalize whatever products you get from House of Blades, you can. Just shoot them an email or give them a call and send over your files to them, and they can actually laser engrave whatever you want onto pretty much any product that they offer. Trust me, I've been to that laser engraving room and those lasers are absolutely insane. I absolutely love and trust House of Blades, and without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do here on YouTube, so thank you for that. And of course, thank you to all of you guys watching this ad, but let's get back to the video. House of Blades have been absolutely amazing to work with, and they actually have the Mini Adira and Adira in stock, so I'll leave an affiliate link in the description below. But let's go ahead and start off with the negatives, and the first negative is going to be on the full-size Adira. That's going to be the overall size. So this thing is just absolutely massive, and with my large size hands, this thing is still going to be too big. I have carried this a couple handful of times just to test it out and really put it through the paces, but in my opinion, it just takes up too much of my pocket space. Mind you, I wear a lot of athletic apparel, so that just might be my style of carry, but in my personal opinion, the Mini Adira is going to be a much better EDC size. If you're a person with larger hands, then this might be the perfect fit for you. The next negative I have for these knives are going to be the handles and the handle material. So they're using Grivery, and I really wish that they would make this G10. I understand that G10 would drive up the price on these knives. They just feel a little bit more flimsy, and I know they're trying to go for a more utilitarian purpose. Grivery is still an extremely strong material, but in all honesty, if they went G10, these would feel a little bit more robust. The next negative for me isn't really a negative because you can really just remove it, but that's going to be the lanyard. This lanyard is a bit long for me, and I understand, hey, if you're going to be on a fishing trip and if you're using gloves and stuff like that, then having this grab handle is going to be really useful. But in terms of an EDC knife, this lanyard is just a bit too flashy for me, so whenever I did carry either of these knives, I did actually remove the lanyard. It's really cool that Benchmade's including these with their knives, but I don't see them fit to actually EDC for me personally. Those are really all the negatives I have on the knife. Let's talk about the positives. The first thing that really just blares out to me is going to be the blade steel. Now, I'm not a metallurgist or a blade steel snob, but when something has MagnaCut on it, that is like pretty much the most premium you can get at the moment. With both of these knives coming in at $230 for the Mini Adira and $250 for the full-size Adira, that is not bad for Benchmade MagnaCut. The edges on both of these knives are extremely sharp and will be able to hold an edge over time. I've been cutting open boxes, zip ties, breaking down boxes, just your standard EDC stuff, and these things are still razor sharp. MagnaCut blade steel is extremely corrosion resistant, and I would say that the Adira and Mini Adira will be my go-to lake day knives. The next positive I want to talk about is the overall ergonomics. These knives feel amazing in the hand. I don't know if it's just due to the contouring here or the texture that they have all over the place, the jimping on the top of the blade, but when I go to grip this, it feels like I have a really nice purchase on the knife. And again, if you are in a wet environment, that's just going to be more confidence inspiring. They even have a backspacer here with some jimping. There's just a lot of texture and grip that you can get around both of the Mini Adira and the full-size Adira. These are going to be fully ambidextrous, so if you are a lefty, you can just swap the clip over to the other side, and with the axis lock, I mean, that's just super primo for you lefties out there. The last positive I have for these knives are going to be the pocket clips. I know that's just like a really weird thing that you can always swap out, but it comes stock with my most favorite pocket clip. Both of these knives are extremely easy to pocket. These are extremely deep carry, and they have a really nice retention, so you don't have to worry about your knife falling out of the pocket. Now, to conclude everything, I think that Benchmade made these knives specifically for people that are going to be on the water or near water in humid environments and stuff like that. So if you're worried about rusting out any internal parts or the blade or anything like that, I think this knife is going to be a really good option for you. It's going to be a more utilitarian knife. No, it's not the most sexy knife out there, but it's literally made to put in work. And again, the Adira and Mini Adira are going to be extremely lightweight because of the Grivery scales. If you can get past the fact that like, hey, this thing feels flimsy, but it's really not, then this is a really damn good knife. I'll tell you right now, moving forward, the Mini Adira is going to be my go-to lake day knife, or if I ever go into the ocean or anything to do with water, this is going to be the one that I'll be EDCing. And to sum it all up, if you're looking for a MagnaCut Benchmade knife that's not going to be astronomically expensive, these are probably going to be a good option for you. For those of you guys that aren't in humid environments, then you can just pass up on this one. I mean, it's a really cool knife, don't get me wrong, but there are going to be a lot of options within this price range. But there you guys have it, my overall impressions on the Adira and Mini Adira. And of course, let me know if you would carry this knife or if you plan on purchasing it in the comment section below. I'd love to read through those. Aside from that, thank you guys so much for spending your time with me today, and we'll have to catch you on the next one. Peace out.